Hello, Helena. It's Emily McVeigh, Executive Director of the United Way of the Lewis and Clark area. We're here for this week's United Way Partner Spotlight with Girls Thrive. Thanks for coming.
Yes, thanks for having us.
I think it has been a while since you guys have been here,
Yes.
so give us an overview of what Girls Thrive is, what you do.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we are on a mission to inspire girls to empower themselves through a variety of physical activities and also educational lessons designed to promote self-confidence, self-esteem, and positive body image. These are all well-studied issues that we know girls in middle school, high school, even starting as young as elementary school, are starting to struggle with. So we have two different programs that we offer now. Thanks to the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation, we were able to start our elementary school pilot program for 4th and 5th grade girls. So we started that in January out at Warren, and two other Title I schools, Broadwater, and then we'll be at Bryant next month. So we have it's kind of a mini Girls Thrive program, compared to what we've been doing with our community program. So we bring our head coach, who's Katie Murnion, who works for Helena Area Community Foundation. She's been fantastic. So she comes, and then we have several volunteer coaches who go to practice as well. And we meet the girls on site so that they don't have a transportation barrier. We provide scholarships and gear to any girl in need. But essentially it is physical activity and education. So we'll do anything from relay races to a human knot game. There's all sorts of fun activities that Katie plans for the girls. And then after that is an educational lesson designed to promote self-confidence, self-esteem, positive body image, working on boundaries, relationships, all different sorts of topics. Again, these are sourced through the principals that we've worked with, teachers that we've worked with. Where do these girls need extra support? So that's our school program that we just started this year. But for the past 10 years, we've been providing a community program where we have practices 3 times a week where girls learn to mountain bike, girls learn to run, do all sorts of basically any other physical activity you can think of. We've even done kayaking, we do rock climbing at Stone Tree, swimming at Capital City Health Club, all sorts of activities. And then we pair those physical activities also with educational lessons about the same topics, but geared for girls in grades 6 through 12. That's our community program, middle school and high school. We initially tried to combine the elementary schools with those girls, and it proved to be not the right program for the young girls. Exactly. So we've made 2 separate programs now, which is amazing. It's incredible to think about how far we've come in 10 years. So that's our community program and our school program.
Awesome. So 10 years. And
yeah.
I know even with our very long-term nonprofits,
yes.
we hear people say, "Oh, I've never heard of it."
Yeah.
But Girls Thrive is a newish nonprofit.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure people know that it is out there.
Yes.
They're doing great things
yes.
for the young women of our community. You talked about the grades. So what are the ages of kids that can be participating in this?
We do go by grades. So 4th and 5th grade girls, so it's 10 and 11-year-old girls, and then 6th grade is generally 12 and up, but obviously it just depends on the individual and when they started kindergarten.
Right.
So
I was young for
yes.
my grade,
yes,
so
it just depends.
I get it.
It's all different, yeah.
Yeah. So how many girls do you serve per session? Because you have sort of like semesters or sessions.
Yes.
And what does that equal to annually? How many girls are you serving?
Absolutely. So in our community program, we can serve up to 20 girls per session. So we have our spring session coming up in April, then we'll have our summer confidence clinic, then we'll have our fall session, then we'll have our winter session. So we try to vary the activities based upon the season, which is really great, especially for us living in Montana, finding out how to move your body regardless of the weather, so we can have those long-term health benefits. So we serve 20 girls in those programs, and that works out to a little over 100 girls annually because we have different girls registering for different programs. And then in the school program, we can have up to 20 girls as well. So that'll be about
school,
60. Correct.
Okay.
So that'll be per school. So we had 20 at Warren. I think we only had 12 at Broadwater. Hopefully we'll have closer to 20 at Bryant.
Yeah, it might just be getting the word out.
Exactly.
Once a girl's in, I've heard the stories, like once a girl's in, they tell all their friends, and then it's a wait list.
Yes, it is. It's totally true.
So for kids that want to participate, Are there scholarships or ways to borrow gear or things like that for?
Yes.
Not everybody owns a kayak.
Yes. Oh gosh. Yeah. No, we don't own kayaks. I believe that was donated by Fish, Wildlife, and Parks
Very good.
last year. So thank you for that. No, we provide scholarships and gear to any girl in need, no questions asked. I mean, we've never denied anybody a scholarship. We just want everybody to participate and have fun and learn.
And if they need the gear, they
Yes.
can borrow it, or
Oh
you
yes,
find ways.
we have a fleet of 10 mountain bikes that we regularly maintain. We also have helmets, shoes that they can wear. We've had a lot of generous community members donate workout clothes and shoes that they're not using anymore that the girls can use if that's a barrier. Just trying to minimize any barriers to our program.
Well, that's probably even one of those learning lessons, is what
Yes.
appropriate gear to wear while
Yes.
doing different
Yes.
exercises.
And how to layer for varying weather
Sure.
in Montana that we come across quite
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
It can start at 40 degrees and sunny, but it might end at 30 degrees and raining.
Right.
Or snowing at that point, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Might be winter in 5
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly, exactly.
Or you go up the mountain and it's very different.
Yes,
Yeah. It's learning
yes.
all of those things as
Yes.
you start at the bottom, it's different than when you get to the top.
Exactly. Yes, it's a really good lesson for them too.
Yeah. So do you have any events coming up that the community should know about?
Yeah, we do. We have a big one this Saturday. It's called Girls March 4th. Initially, we had it on March 4th last year, which is why it was called that, with the double innuendo of March 4th, like moving forward, and the number 4.
Right.
So we partnered with the Seroptimists on this, and with the goal of just, if she can see it, she can be it. So we have 6 professionals coming to talk. We have a dentist, a lawyer, FBI agents, a forensics representative, a gym manager and military woman in the military, and let's see. Oh, and then 2 outfitting specialists. So they take people on backpacking trips, which is really cool. So really kind of the gamut of careers there. Obviously there are so many other ones that we wouldn't have wanted to include, but just with the time constraints.
Sure.
So yes, so that starts on Saturday at 11:30. Signups can be through our website, through our social media. It's $15 or scholarships to any girls in need, and also parents are welcome to come too, and that ticket is free. And there will be, at the end of all the speakers, 2 speakers are going to speak simultaneously for, let's see, about 2.5 hours of time. So there'll be different rooms that girls can choose, and you can pick that through registration. And then at the end, everybody's going to come together to talk to the FBI agents about cybersecurity and just how to keep your kids safe on the internet, which is really
It's really
pertinent
a
right now.
big deal.
Yeah.
I just had an email today that I questioned if I should open or not. So I
Yeah.
just send it to my
Yeah.
IT people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to know those
Yes,
things.
and trafficking and just all this horrible stuff
Yeah.
that's happening to
So
our kids.
much.
So
So can people sign up for that event at the door, or do they need to pre-register?
I think that we'll have people who can register on Saturday as well.
Okay.
Yeah, 11:30. Yes.
where are
Thank
we
you for that
going?
question. Yes. It's called Our Redeemer's Lutheran Church out in the valley.
Very good.
So yeah, they have a
Popular
beautiful
place to-
space.
yeah.
Beautiful space. They donated that to us for the event. So thank you so much to Our Redeemers.
Yeah. So I always say the big new church off of
Yes,
Green Meadow.
yes,
But it's
exactly.
not new
I
anymore.
know.
It's like 10 years old as well.
Well, it looks brand
But
new to me.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the newish church out there that
Yes.
and you don't get there from Green Meadow though. You have to
Yes.
go through the new subdivision.
Yes.
I know people always drive out that way, and then you got to kind of loop back around. So
Yes, and I should say we'll have swag bags and snacks and an opportunity to ask individual questions to all of our speakers, to connect with them, and yeah, just be a part of a great community for a couple of hours and learn and hopefully make some connections for your daughter and yourself.
yeah, those are fun things for any kid to learn.
Right.
Like, here's a job you can do when you grow up. And
Absolutely.
I always say there's a lot, especially my husband's in the military, the kids that are looking at going into the military, and they all think, I have to carry a gun or fly a plane. It's
Right.
like, you can be an accountant. You can be
Totally.
a chef. You can be so
Totally.
many different things. Like
Exactly.
jobs that you don't even know exist. So go out there and learn about it.
Yeah, and that's where the tagline really comes in. If she can see it, she can be it, and just seeing all the opportunities that are available.
I still meet adults and I go, that's a job?
Yeah.
They tell me what they do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even know that was a job.
I tell people my job, and they're like,
good.
that's a job? And I'm like, yeah.
Aren't I lucky?
Yeah, exactly.
So how can people get involved with Girls Thrive? What kind of volunteers or support do you need?
Absolutely. So we are always needing coaches for our programs. We found that kind of with students in undergrad, they graduate, they move on, so we need kind of a steady stream. Also with the development of our school program, we're going to need more coaches for that program as well. As far as support, the average Girls Thrive session costs about $10,000 to put on, which seems kind of wild, but that's what it costs for 8 weeks of programming for about 7 hours of practice time per week. All the snacks and all sorts of things. So we're always looking for financial donors as well to just help us keep this program going and growing as well.
Yeah. And so if somebody wanted to become a coach or volunteer, help out in some way, how would they get a hold of you?
So they could contact me at Blair, BLAIR, at girlsthrive.com, or Elena, ELAINA, at girlsthrive.com.
Okay. And what's your website?
girlsthrive.com.
All right. Easy to find.
Pretty easy.
It's easy
Pretty
stuff.
easy.
All right. Any other things we should know about Girls Thrive before we sign off?
Well, we do have our spring session registration. That'll be coming up. That's for the community program. So this is girls in grades 6 through 12. That'll open at the end of March. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you want your girl to be registered in that. And there's always a wait list. If we fill up immediately, then we can filter in the waitlist girls if some participants drop out.
But it does go quickly.
Yes.
Fills up quickly.
Yes, it does
so
fill up quickly
keep
because
an
we
eye
have a
out.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
All right. Thank you, Helena. We'll see you again next week.